Hi there. Hang on. Should plan these things a little bit better. It doesn't look too grotty. Okay, I'm going to compare the Fatburner and the Mistress. Fatburner is renowned for being an easy board to ride, easy to paddle, and easy to ride. So you catch the wave, and when you're on it, it's smooth and cruisy and forgiving. That's done by, I don't know, a medium rocker, nice full plan shape, plenty of width, plenty of thickness, but with an active bottom shape that creates a bit of spontaneity and grip. So you're not riding a dull chunk of foam. Now the Mistress is an evolution of the Fatburner, based on the fact that quite a few competent to good surfers were riding Fatburners and adoring many aspects of the function of that board, but wishing that it was a little bit easier to ride in the pocket, for example. Not quite so wide, not quite so thick. So with the general feedback that I had, I decided to create a little bit more curve in plan shape, pull the tail in a little bit. The rocker is a little bit more curled up at the back, not much. Hide the volume a tiny bit by leaving it more in the center, but tapering the rails off a bit so the deck rolls a little bit more, and also tapering the thickness flow towards the ends a little bit more. So basically taking a Fatburner and putting 10 or 15% of performance shortboard in there. It still doesn't get you to the Afterburner, which is still looking more like a shortboard. This Mistress still has some beef to her. She's a chunky little girl. Sounds a bit sexist, doesn't it? It's really that balance of paddle and performance. Okay, whereas the Fatburner was more paddle than performance, more paddle and ease of use. Sure, it's still fun, and you can ride them short and swing the thing around like nothing. But as your all-rounder, the Mistress probably has almost as much place for the guys that aren't that good that are riding the Fatburner, like less experienced surfers, guys that are getting a bit old and tired, and their shoulders aren't working as well as they used to, and guys that are getting a bit fat, like me, getting a bit of a beer cut, less fit. Older, less fit, less experience is what the Fatburner was renowned for. So I've incorporated 90% of all the paddle power and the glide and ease of use, but I've accentuated the responsive aspects so that it can fit into the pocket much more. So the big wide swallow that you had before on the Fatburner is now curling in. That allows you to fit it in and snap in the pocket, but still come back onto a rail and onto the bottom of the board with all the glide and flow that comes from having that extra width and thickness. But not flat. It's not going to surf flat like a fish. So I think it's going to be one of my most successful boards ever. I've had the Afterburner that worked well. The Fatburner's worked really well. And oddly enough, it's taken me a little while to realize that a blend of those two boards is really a very good idea. Okay, there it is. Another one of the comparisons. Check you out.